Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. About 4 years ago I picked up, it's actually about 5 years ago now, I picked up a grinder from Harbor Freight on a whim. It was like 10 bucks on their clearance tables during a parking lot sale. And I was like, you know what, I'm in the business of reviewing tools on YouTube and I'm gonna check this thing out, try it, take it home, see what I think about it. Bauer was a pretty new tool line then. I think they came out around 2017, 2018, somewhere in there. And so it definitely was out on a whim. Had a whole bunch of Milwaukee tools, and I had formerly been in the trades, and I decided I wanted to try something a little bit different because I was in college. Could no longer afford the price of Milwaukee tools, no longer needed the quality of Milwaukee tools, and I wanted to get a big expansive tool line that ultimately I could do a bunch of different work with. Because I'm a pretty avid DIYer, trying to do a little bit of homesteading basically. And I just need something that can just do a whole bunch of different jobs and do them pretty well, that won't break the bank. And ultimately, it wasn't right when I bought that grinder that I made that decision. So I bought that grinder in the very end, that was about in March, the very end of that year of, I think it was 2019. So it has been about 4 years, it's about November, December, was ultimately when I decided that I was gonna get rid of my Milwaukee tools. I sold them all off and replaced them all used Milwaukee tools one for one with a Bauer tool brand new. Of course, some of these didn't come with batteries, and I had a decent chunk of chargers and batteries with my Milwaukee tools. So I made a video talking about whether or not I regretted it about a year after I chose to do that. That video has gotten a ton of views. It's done really well over the years. And I just keep doing updates about once a year, about this time of year, getting close to like Thanksgiving, Christmas time, because it's been roughly about that amount of time. And I just kind of talk a little bit about my experience with them, and this video is the same thing. But yeah, I guess I want to just touch on whether or not I regret it and getting rid of those Milwaukee tools, and I'll say not for a second. This grinder that I showed in the beginning is what I've been calling Gen 1. It has like a little nameplate, brand plate there that I think the manufacturer just kind of stuck in there before coming out with something a whole lot better when switching from that Gen 1 generic tool with a Bauer nameplate pressed into it to what they're selling nowadays. What they're selling nowadays is an even better quality, even better performing, more reliable tool. So let's talk about some of the issues I've had with Bauer tools over the years. I've had 3 tools I can think of that I've had problems with, and I mean like any problem with. The first one was the, where is it? I had it right here to talk about it. Oh, it's right here. This actually is technically a Gen 2 Bauer tool, cordless tool. I was drilling a self-tapping screw into some probably 1/8 inch-ish thick steel pipe with a piece of sheet metal. I was connecting a piece of sheet metal to some steel pipe for a little metal building I was building out of junk. And I had the weight of that sheet metal pulling down on it, and I was pushing super, super hard. So there's kind of 2 different directions of force on it. And whatever it was, I ended up seizing up the not the anvil, but the chuck in here, basically. This metal part, the little metal part that rides inside of here. And I took it all apart, kind of sanded it down, just shaved it down a little bit, covered it all in grease. Ended up destroying the collet in the process, and put it back together, and it's been working ever since. I've tried to find a new collet to put onto it, but no such luck. Maybe I tried like one time when I wanted to fix it and get it back running again. So even with that issue, here it is, still working, still running. Obviously not in as good a shape as it was brand new, but that's the first tool. Second tool was another one of these Gen 1 style tools with the nameplate that just gets pressed in. It was a 1/2 inch drill driver, not the hammer drill, but just a drill driver. And it was, it just developed some issue with the chuck where the chuck wouldn't stay locked. I would tighten it all the way down, and then it would just slowly, as I used it, whatever bit was in the drill, it would slowly loosen and it wouldn't work anymore. Seems like I tried to replace the chuck on it. Seems like I couldn't find a replacement. I don't remember exactly what the deal was there. I think I eventually just was like, I don't want this thing. I've got enough drills in the shop. The third and final issue I can think of I've had with a Bauer tool came from a pump that they actually sent me. It's the cordless pump that has a dual voltage, is that right? Anyway, it runs off of 120 and 12 volts, so DC and AC. And the little adapter that allows you to run it on AC, when I was doing some work at the back part of the property, pumping water out of a barrel to do some concrete, because it was too far away from my water source, the little AC to DC adapter got fried somehow, maybe 15 minutes into that job. And so I tried to run it off the battery the rest of the time, and it just wasn't really wanting to pump. So I never really made the review on it. I'd like to give it another shot in a little bit different environment, maybe a little bit less demanding environment, just to see how it does, to see if it's still having the same issues. But since that project, I've not really had a whole lot of reasons to need it, so I haven't really used it a whole lot. But like I said, guys, that's 3 tools out of, yeah, I might have close to 25 to 30 different cordless Bauer tools. Some of them I purchased, some of them have been sent to me, and I've had 3 break. In the Milwaukee tools, I think I had like 6-ish tools in total, maybe 7, and I had a hacksaw and it broke, so that's like 1 out of 7. Of course, I was using that as a plumber and a HVAC helper technician, doing that kind of work. And, you know, so it was getting used a little bit more heavily, a little more often, but it broke too. So I'm roughly about the same, you know, 1 for every 7 in both tool brands breaking. I, of course, have all my batteries for my Bauer cordless tool line. I think I had 2 Milwaukee batteries go bad. And of course, that was over about a 5-year period of time, where I'm in like a 4-year period of time with the Bauer stuff now. So, you know, Milwaukee is definitely a better tool brand. It's a pro tool brand. I'm not trying to claim that Bauer is a pro tool brand, but for a DIYer, a guy that needs to save a little bit of money, but still get a pretty good, decent quality tool, and just get a variety of tasks done, a variety of work done. Maybe have some extra tools like I brought up, having, you know, some extra drills for jobs so you don't have to keep changing out bits, having that convenience. It's been a fantastic tool line, and to answer the question, do I have any regrets? To this day, no. 4 years down the road, no regrets, happy with it. I keep getting more excited about it all the time as years go on. They're offering brushless tools, they're coming out with better tools, and they're trying to make sure that the tool brand, you know, is of pretty decent quality. They've got a lot of, I keep looking up in that direction because I've got a whole pile of them. I'm just thinking about all kinds of different things about them. They've just got a lot of, like I said, good variety of tools. They got mechanics tools, lawn tools, garden tools, just like I said, just all over the place. Perfect for a guy like me trying to do, like I said, maybe I said it in this version of the video, a little bit of homesteading. You know, I've got a whole bunch of different tasks to do, and it's very affordable, very easy for me to do, very easy for me to get into. So, do I regret it? No, I don't. Happy with these tools. I'd recommend them for sure. 4 years down the road, bought 90% of them, maybe 80% of them myself. Maybe had, like I said, 10 to 20% of them sent to me from Harbor Freight. Some of the brushless stuff they've sent to me. You know, I'm not bought and paid by Harbor Freight. I'm definitely not paid. You know, I like getting free tools, but that's not what this is about. I'm happy with the tool brand. I recently bought, I'm looking at a leaf blower right there that I bought 2 months ago with my own cash. So I believe in the tool brand. I'm using the tool brand. I spend my own money on the tool brand. Thanks everybody for watching. If you could give this video a big thumbs up, I would appreciate that. And leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think of the Bauer tool line. Let me know what you think of my decision to sell off Milwaukee tools and purchase a totally different, lower quality DIY level tool brand. And, you know, I'm interested to hear your comments and your thoughts on that. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit subscribe too. I think it's down in this section unless they flip it somewhere down there. You know where it is. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.